This is Tammy with Elevated Living Today, and I am here live. And this introduction for those of you who come back and watch the replay. So, anywho, y'all, my name is Tammy with, move this back just a tad. Tammy with Elevated Living Today, and I have been on a short break. If you are new to this channel, I have been on a short, not really a break, because my actual life is my life. You know, social media is social media. Life is life, okay? So yet instead, I'm still living. I just haven't been out doing so much in front of the cameras, okay? On social media. So, anywho, y'all, um, life just keeps moving right along. It waits for no one. It doesn't wait for you to come back on social media. However, yeah, it just keeps going. Even though I'm not on here, I'm still living. Y'all know that, okay? So, no, I haven't been sitting anywhere just down and out. That has not been the case. It's really, truly never the case. Ooh, I'm getting messages. I was trying to read them, but anywho, I hope I don't get too many on this live, and it messes us up. But my eye, I don't know why, but it's so puffy and it's watery. I feel it's my allergies. It's been acting up like the last 2 days. It's been acting up. But anywho, I have had some things to occur in my life that if I did want it to act down and out, I can, but I haven't, okay? So as y'all can see, I have on, I got this, I sound kind of weird on this live, but my mom did, she's resting with the God, okay? She's resting in paradise with my sister and my niece and my brother. So yeah, my mom actually transitioned on April the 12th, and I don't know, but I kind of got this craving. I don't know if y'all see. I think on my last two videos I mentioned it before the one I did out on the patio, that I was craving being with my mom. So I went, I had been craving for a couple of weeks to spend time with her. And I was able to get there and spend time with her. And her last few days of being present here in the physical, here on this side of heaven, in the earth. And yeah, it's kind of not quite like, yeah, kind of like when we were there watching my brother go through the phase almost, you know. But yeah, so that was an experience. I don't talk about that. But anywho, I have days to come, I'm sure moments to come, where I'm missing my mom and my sister and my niece and my brother, you know, because it's been what, like uh, 15 years since my brother transitioned, and that that was a process. That was something for our family. I think that was one of the uh, other than my dad, it was kind of like the first major heart touching transitions that we've had to go through with my brother, and then um I have a couple of nieces, nephew. Hey y'all, and that transition, and then my sister. My niece and my sisters kind of took me by surprise, mainly because I'm not there. But from what people have said there, it all of a sudden came upon as well to them as kind of like a surprise and happened quickly. But My mom has had a long, wonderful life, and she always said this world owes her nothing. My mom always said this world owes her nada. She said that God promised her three, well, what was her saying? Three score and ten. She got that and some. And my mom's philosophy on life, I'm so glad that she raised me because her philosophy on life is just like no other. You know, she was not pretentious. She just was real. My mom was just the realest person that I know. And I'm so glad she didn't try to pretend in front of people. You know, the same person we got at home was the same people they got in public. It's the same person. She was no different. The same way she was at home is the same person that they got when she went out. We didn't have to sit and say, "Well, where did she go?" But anyways, she was the same person. And I love that about her. I'm so glad that she raised me. I think in watching that, that is a natural grounding, keeping you humble. She lived humble. She was just a humble person. Um, I, staying connected to the Divine Most High, there wasn't anything about her that lost touch of that ever. I've never seen it. You know, her not knowing that she needed to stay grounded, you know. Um, she just was always real. But anywho, she had a beautiful ceremony um, on the 19th, which was not long ago. So it is fresh, and I know some years it didn't dawn on me until my mom is the seventh of seven children, so she's the youngest of her siblings, and I had never thought about being without her. I had never until I was the secretary for this church. Hey y'all, who all is in here? So I was the secretary for this church, and I used to open up for prayer. And one morning in prayer, it wasn't long after the brother before her passed, my uncle, and and that's when it dawned on me. Oh my God, you know, you never know who's gonna go next. But I was like, oh my God, my mom could be next. You know, she's the only one left out of her siblings, and I was like, not ready for that, but thank goodness that the Divine Most High um, preps us for everything we have to go through, everything we have to deal with in life. And even though there is nothing, I don't think there's anything, maybe a child transitioning before you, but other than that, a mother. Um, I don't know. But anyways, mothers is just so dear, okay? At least I feel like my mom's just everything. My mom was just when I say everything, everything. I know even before she transitioned, I was thinking about this memory of her when I was a little girl, how um, she used to purchase these pools in the summer. She would always purchase one for us, the younger, because my mom has an older set of children and a younger set of children. So for the younger set of children, she would always purchase this pool for the summer for us, right? And if that one got damaged, she got another one. That's just what she did. She made sure we had fun. And we had this yard, before she started gardening. Um, we would have the pools out in the yard, before she started developing that green thumb. Okay, that yard was on point. But anyways, we would get out there in the pool and during the summer, and she would get out there with us. She introduced us to this type of fun activity outside. Getting in the pool, the sprinklers, the ones that go back and forth that most people use for gardening. we would utilize that during our fun time in the summer. And then because my mom had quite a few grandchildren, um, somewhere along that line in the summer, especially like for the 4th, she would purchase numerous of pools so that her grandchildren and whoever come over in the community could play and have fun. But I remember the days when it would just be she and I. I remember she would purchase the pools and she'd be like, Tammy, come on. She put on her bathing suit and she wore the the full body one, kind of old fashioned ones. When you're young, you think like that. Okay. But anyways, she'd get out there in her bathing suit. We get out there and just have fun in the pool. And I remember those days. Sometimes she would stay the full times and sometimes not. And she would get out and she would just like, watch me from the window, be careful. And also like, those are just great days. I think back to those. And then in the summer, it was this field across from us. The grass would grow so pretty. It would be so pretty sometimes. It wouldn't be super, super hot some days. It would just be nice and breezy, and the grass would be so tall. And I would braid it like you braiding hair. I have like 2 blankets out there. Line my baby dolls up on the blankets with my little doll house and play out there. And I would look back and see her watching me from the window. We had this big window in the kitchen, and then we had another window kind of like in the living room, and she would be watching me for a while from the kitchen window. And I would look back, and she would be there, and she would say, don't you go any further than that. She didn't have to tell me. I was so afraid of getting in trouble. I did what she said do. I watched my older sisters get in trouble so much that she really didn't have much of a problem out of me. Okay? So I really didn't give her any problems. Okay? But anywho, I was just thinking about those moments. And I grew up with the younger brothers, had 2 brothers like really close in age with me. And how she would always sit us at the table. We would have talks and stuff. Just the wonderful memories, you know. I'm thinking about something one of my brothers said. He was just quite the comedian, okay? He's quite the comedian. But at one of our talks, when she sat us down and was talking, she would sit us down at the table and talk to us on a regular. And just some fun memories I have of her, especially those days when we had fun summers, because she was just so youthful. I remember that days of her being so full of energy and so full of life. All of her days, just about, even up until just hours before her transition. Y'all, I'm gonna try not to cry, okay? Um, I say, Mama, I love you. Her mouth was so dry. I knew it was dry. Y'all know I used to do CNA work, so and home health aide, and I'm a trained CNA, so and took all my prereqs for nursing. So anywho, I got the little sponge that they have, and was taking it through her mouth. It was so dry. Gave her some water, and then I said, I love you, and she would mouth it back. She would say, I love you too. So that let me know that even then she was somewhat still conscious on his side. She would mouth it back. So my sister got a call, or she called my nephew anyway. We were on FaceTime, and she put him on FaceTime. But anyways, I was like, all is well and stuff. And I said, just tell her you love her. She'll mouth it back. But he kind of freaked out when she didn't audibly say it. I can kind of understand that. That's the nephew that she raised, a set of my sister's children. But even up until her transition, I was holding her hand. I was like, I wanted to crawl in the bed with her. If that bed was big enough, I would have. I would have. I say many of nights, my mom and I slept together. So through my like the preteen years, teen years, and some of my teen years, I've slept many of nights in her bed. So when she was transitioning, I was like this. I had my head next to her pillow and my arm across her chest. Felt like hugging her. But then my sisters wanted to take her to her house. So that's, I didn't expect to get on here and get teary eyed, y'all, but it is what it is, okay? So we took her to my sister, my older sisters, took her to one of my sister's house. And the hospice nurse that came in the last few hours was like, I don't know if she's going to make the ride, but my sister under this sister that I have on the shirt, the next one under her, so my oldest sister now that's living, she was like, oh, we're going to take her home. We want her to transition there, but that was their decision. Took her there. We got her all set up at my sister's house, and y'all know I'm being the person that I am. But to me, they gave her some medication to help ease the ride. But to me, when after she took that medication, she was pretty much just, she was just pretty much really unconscious. So she wasn't responsive after that, you know. But I was, holding her hand and rubbing her head. I kept rubbing my nose to her nose before she would wake up. She stopped doing that. She stopped waking up and opening her eyes and stuff. So I would rub my nose to her nose, just playing with her, like my sister said, like she used to do us. I said, yeah. But my sister Star, she was like, you doing her like she used to do us. But anywho, she kept waking up. But after she got my sister was not, one of my sisters, she's not really big on the medication, but the doctor really, really suggested some for the ride. So anywho, she transitioned and it was peaceful. I'd say my mom's philosophy on life was just awesome. And she always said, if you keep living, God's coming back for you too. So you never know. These days, you never know who's next, so you just have to stay ready. So I know there's like this thing where, I mean, I don't go around, how should I say? If there's an opportunity where I can be a mouthing or audible witness per se to someone, I'll do that. But I just try to live by example, like my mom did. She did a lot of talking and stuff. But I remember when I told y'all this story before, when I was younger, and I would watch her. My mom had this confidence. I saw her. She always, and I think the reason I admired her confidence so much when I was younger was because I didn't have it at that time. But that's just one of the things that stood, her confidence and her trust in the divine most high, her trust in God was just unmatched. I've never seen it. Most people that we see, I've never seen their whole journey, but my mom's I've seen. But through rejection and hurt, disappointment, I've got to see that up close and personal of her life. I've seen people mistreat her and how she still stayed full of faith, full of energy. She was always just had this, she always saw the silver lining in the cloud. That was her. she always stayed with optimistic, and she just had this faith and this trust in God that was just unmatched. People, there were some people, I told y'all this too. There was even times when, I know I'm kind of off from my title, but this is what I'm going to talk about right now, okay? But she was, I would see people come up and talk to her. You know how people used to, they have witnesses go around in the community, calling themselves, I guess, being witnesses for God, right? But I don't think I met one person who approached her as if she already knew who God was. That's why when I talk to people now, you don't know what people do behind closed doors. You can ask them up front if you want to know. But I don't just take it like I know God like that and nobody else does. Like I'm the only one that really knows him like that. You know, I don't do that. Just don't. But anyways, she had just this unwavering faith, this faith that was just unmatched in her trust in God and knowing God, even though she was not, that's the thing, she was not, no one is. I don't care how much they appear to be, no one is perfect. And she accepted God's grace and mercy in her life. She accepted that and she lived as though she did. Um, I'm not going to say she was by far not perfect, neither am I. And nor does anyone else fool me to think that they are. Because I know that because no one is. And every day she just worked at getting better, doing her best, the best that she knew how to do. And that's what I admonish anyone. And the one thing, I don't know I do know a whole lot of scripture, I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of scripture. I read like crazy, okay. But anyways, but the golden rule. You just treat people. I don't think you can go wrong that way. I just don't. You reap what you sow in this world, and I think people need to learn that. Sometimes sooner than you think, in ways unthinkable. Some people dealing with things and going through things because of how they treated people. And the sad thing is some people never come to grips or never face the truth of in what they do in mistreating people. And I just feel like you treat people how you want to be treated. And you be as fair as possible. I know there are some people you give preference to, but if if you have people that are okay over here and people that are not okay over here, and you're serving, mm, if these people are well and these people are not well, if you want to give all your preference to the ones that are well and you say you're there to heal them, help heal, then that's you. But anyways, hopefully you get the point. But anyways, she had this, I don't want to get too far from where I'm going. She just had this unwavering faith. And to me, it was just unmatched. No matter how people saw her, no matter how she was perceived, um, no one, she never gave that power away to allow anyone to tell her who she was in God and to God and who God was to her. She never gave anyone that power and authority in her life to take that away. And every day I was able to see her prayer, reading the word, that was just her thing. She wasn't so big. I tell people that I'm going to church until I used to convince her to go to this church that I had found at a young age, but she didn't stay going until her oldest grandson, my nephew, became a pastor, and she started going to his church. And not to, not so much as that she needed it, but I think it was more in support of him. You know, I really believe that she became more faithful at going, and I think it was to be in support of him, because my mom just had this faith that was just, I say, unmatched. Okay, but anywho, and my nephew, her oldest grandson, did do her eulogy. My sister, that this is my mom's oldest child. I actually got this shirt done, y'all. It says "Rest in Paradise." This is my oldest sister who transitioned uh, last year, about in June, was it? May? No, in June. In June, and then which my mom transitions kind of weird. She transitioned a couple of hours after my sister's birthday ended. Um, yeah, she transitioned on April the 10th. My sister's oldest sister's birthday was April 9th. And that's my mom. This is a picture of them that I took of them. My mom didn't really have on her. Her hair was, she always wore her hair pulled back in a ponytail, like most of us did. But this is a picture that they actually took together. I didn't have these pasted together. But this is a picture that my sister and my mom took together in her living room. And I had this done. And then this is a necklace. I don't know if y'all can see that. I want to put all my face in here. Uh, it's like the picture that I posted on here with the Always and Forever video. But I had this necklace done. And this is my copper necklace. I think I shared that with y'all. Got a copper necklace and 2 copper bracelets that I am rocking. This one looks more feminine to me. This one, it's neutral, but it kind of looks like a masculine necklace. I meant bracelet. The necklace is kind of feminine, I think. And I'm waiting for my copper earrings to arrive. But these are not copper. These are Betty Johnson earrings. And y'all see my little, look. I got some hair. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Ah, it's growing on y'all, okay? Anywho, I had a plait that fell out right there some years ago. It was a plait right there, and to me, that hair is just, it's not growing back. It never grew back. So that's not really my edges. It used to be a plait like right here, not all the way up to the front, but like right there. And it fell out. But other than that, yeah, I did them bigger in the back. Bigger in the back. And I'm liking how it's growing, y'all. But I keep it braided down, basically. And um, I've been keeping it braided down under the um, weaves or sew-ins that I wear. I just have it braided down. And yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Because when you're busy, I just been so busy, you really don't have time to really focus so much on the hair unless you want to keep going to the salon. But I'm liking it. But y'all, that is kind of an update in my life as far as transitioning of my mom. And this is so beautiful. Her transition really was beautiful. I did want to crawl into bed with her, y'all. I did. I basically was almost there. I was really almost there, okay? I really wanted to get in the bed with her. I did. So I just laid my head on the pillow next to her and hugged her as she transitioned. And then in the end, y'all know I did it. I lift up her eyes and I could see that she basically had untransitioned. So, um, she basically just went to sleep. She went to sleep. That's what I say. That's what it looked like to me. She just went to sleep. So, anyways, y'all, um, so I have this shirt, Rest in Paradise, and yeah, and y'all, this is gonna be a journey. So, my sister and my mom, I am not gonna so much wear this shirt a lot, not a lot, but I may go get some more done. May get some more of these done, a few more, but I will keep these. I meant to put, I forgot, but I meant to add my niece to the back of this one, so I think I'm gonna get another one. And I can even add her here because my sister's like up, so she was standing and my mom was sitting in a chair. So I'll probably get another one done and add my niece here. I meant to do it, but I forgot. I got so busy. I was doing so many things, but I meant to have her tell them to add her here in this space here because they can do that. So I'm gonna get another one done and have my uh, niece that my mom and I helped take care of, who transitioned last year just before my sister here. I'm gonna have her added right here. Yeah, but y'all, that's life. As my mom always said, you keep on living, God's coming back for you too. So we just have to be prepared for whenever, whatever. Be prepared for whatever, I say, if you're a soldier. But we focus on living. And when the time comes, it comes. You deal with things as they come. All right. So I really haven't taken a break. I've still been living. I just haven't been on YouTube. But and the basket selling, I've been doing more of like what you call them, pop-up shops. If we have any basket sellers on here, I've been doing more of pop-up shops. I know for Easter, I wasn't sure because my mom's service was like the day before Easter. So I took some baskets with me and I did sell half, I think, of what I had there. And I came back. I left that night and got a few hours of sleep and got up and went out and sold. And I sold the rest. I had one lady, I said, "You look like you." Anyways, she came up in this bad ride. She stepped out. She had on these nice little sunglasses. It was so cute. But anyways, it was like a rose colored in like a butterfly shaped sunglasses. It was really cute. Um, and she purchased. She made all of my big purchases. And one thing that she wanted that I did not have any adult gift baskets with me. So if we have any um, basket makers on here. That's an update on that part of life. So, what I have been doing mostly is just doing, attending like festivals. So, I don't know if I'll be doing a whole lot of street selling, and that has been doing well. But now I'm working on my inexpensive baskets. I do plan to do those. Um, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do them live or not, but I'm getting ready to work on those for Mother's Day for this um, little event, I guess you could say. It's not really a pop up shop. But for this event that I'm going to, I have some Mother Day gift baskets that I'm going to do. So they did pretty well. I figured the Easter ones, I didn't make a whole lot because last year I took into consideration when that lady just purchased all my whole table and I made more. So I did well last year. The lady, she just purchased everything, my whole setup. And I went home and made more and she purchased those. But this year they did really well. I think I made 10. I didn't make a whole lot. I don't even think I made 30. I don't even think it was a full 30. I didn't count them. Maybe it was 30. But I know it was not like 50 and 60. No way. No. But Yeah, y'all. So that's the update. And I'm loving my hair. Yeah, look at the twist. But I don't know why my eyes are so puffy. I feel like it's just the allergies. But I came on, y'all. I'm going to do a short meditation. So this live, we got people in here. I'm not going to get up that close. I'm going to look from here. I'm going to look from the laptop. Sorry, y'all. See my allergies? Sinuses, allergies, whatever they are. So in that, uh-oh, I got the volume on. So in that, y'all, I know sometimes your people are, you're courtesy enough to let your viewers know what's going on with you, but honey, life is gonna life, okay? Life be lifing. It's gonna life, okay? Life is gonna life. Life be lifing. That's just what it does, because it's what it's supposed to do. And anytime you need to take care of you, do it unapologetically, whatever that means for you, so that you can stay healthy, whole, and complete, okay, in all areas of your life, not just for a show in front of people, but also when you are alone and by yourself, okay? That's when you want to be the healthiest and the happiest and feel the wholest and feel more complete. When it's just you, yourself, and you, okay, and the divine most high. You want to be able to feel that way. Um, I am a person who is, I need to post one. I did a TikTok video um, where I can post, thinking about my mom, and I was singing um, a song that, and I got emotional doing that TikTok, and I just went through with it, and I posted it. I hadn't planned to get emotional during that time, but I did. Just like I didn't plan to get emotional during this live just now. But it happens, it happens. But I am not sad. I think of the times that we all spent together. I even think about, my sister, my oldest sister. Let me let y'all see them again. But my sister, she's only, my sister was short. She's only five. What? My sister was about 5'4", 5'5". She was a short little thing, but honey, she didn't play. Okay. But I remember, um, my mom was taller. Mom's tall, 5'7", and my dad's tall. That's where I get my height from. But anyways, she, I remember when I was in the third grade, and I needed a costume for a Christmas play. My sister Linda used to sew. People didn't know that about her, but my sister Linda could make clothes. Okay, a lot of people didn't know she could make coats. But my sister Linda made my costume for me when I was in the third grade for the Christmas play. I remember I told her I needed. She could have went very well went and bought something. She could have went and purchased. My mom could have went and purchased. But I remember my sister Linda, she made my costume for me on the sewing machine. When I was in the third grade, she did that. And I remember that. So, yeah, these ladies is just gonna be, they are just dear to me, okay? Um, my sister Linda was the one, she just called often once I moved away. Well, my mom called all the time, but when she got to the point where she couldn't really pick up the phone, you know, eh, that's a whole nother story. But y'all, okay, but these are they. I like this shirt. I am so loving it. Okay. And I'm going to go and put in another order and have my niece added to the picture right in this area with that. Because my niece was standing and my mom was sitting down. All right, and I got another picture of when my mom was more, well, she was older, but she was more youthful, I say, during when I was younger. And I have a picture of her. I'm going to put that on a, get it done on a shirt. But it's not going to be like in a memorial type shirt like this one says Rest in Paradise. I'm just going to get it just done with just without those wording. But yeah, it's a really nice picture of her. I should show it to y'all one day. All right, but let me see who has commented, and I'm just gonna do a short meditation. I know I'm kind of late. Who we have here? We have Serene, my friend Serene. Hello, she says good morning. And Shane Maloney. Hi, my friend Serene is in Texas. Serene, over in Texas, where they say everything is bigger and better. Okay, Serene said hi. And Serene says, I'm sorry to hear that. I know, but she has lived a full life. She did. She lived, my mom said this world doesn't owe her anything, okay? And yet instead, it's still something. I didn't think that I would get as emotional as I did at the um, her service. And but I did like a surprised me. They played some of the older music that she liked, and I kind of grew up on that music. So it was a celebration. Her service really was a celebration. It was sad though, as we, I don't know why, but you know when you walk into the church and they have the casket open, but that was really sad, you know, seeing that. But it does give you some type of, like, I don't want to say closure, uh, but acceptance, more acceptance. That I feel like I really didn't. It took me a while to process a lot of stuff with my niece and my sister's. Hers was not open. Thank God. That would have been just unbearable. But anyways, my oldest sister, she's like a second mom, at least two. I think to most of us, most of my mom's children. All right. You know, and you don't even think about how much sometimes the oldest, especially female, takes on. The older children takes on a lot of responsibilities and helping out in the household. But my sister had been out of the household for a while and for years, her own married with children. But she still was heavily involved in our lives. And she'd been married a long time. So, and with her husband. And yeah, but she made my, even at the time she made my costume for third grade. She was married. Yeah, she still did it. And when I was with my ex-husband, I got married. I kind of like created a space for her to walk like my mom. You know how they walk your mom down when you getting married? When I got married to my ex-husband, she she walked. I had somebody walk her down and see her right just like my mom. I sure did. So that is, I always will honor her in her living and also in her transition. Okay. So here we go. Serene says, here you go. David Yanez says hello. Emmanuel Cruz. Hi, I'm new. Hi, Emmanuel Cruz. Thank you for stopping by my live. Serene says, love to see that you're back. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back on here. Serena says that live. I'm sure she was amazing. I'm telling you, my mom was remarkable. I'm telling you, I say she was just remarkable, beautiful, loving, just a loving person. There were a couple this lady, um, it was this, because my mom she didn't care what color you were. She didn't care who you were or where you from, really. There was no stranger. Now, she picked up on bad vibes. She really didn't associate with people where she didn't. If she picked up on bad vibes, she just did. And she really didn't. She didn't go out of her way, I say, to socialize. But if she felt like a person really wasn't a good person or bad vibes, something she knew, she really didn't deal with people like that. But for most part, she dealt with everyone. But there was this lady, this Caucasian lady that came over to ride with the family, because, and I knew of her. She would always be at my mom's house, and my mom would get invited to this party, this big party they always had, and she would always go for Christmas. They always had a big celebration for Halloween, Christmas, and I think Valentine's Day. And she would always go, and they actually came and they rode. They were with the family, but anyhow, that was really nice. I know a couple that. Anywho, let's go on. And I think I even seen. I told you I have a sister Caucasian, Michelle. I think she's even in the obituary. I think I saw her name in the obituary. And she's Caucasian. She was like a sister, basically, my mom's child. But my mom, she was, she didn't talk about it. She didn't even address it. She didn't. I don't know why. She just didn't. But anywho, she didn't talk about racism and colorism. But here we are. Love to see that you're back. Okay, read that. Bambi Palermo. Good morning, Elevated. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. And I can't be on here long. I forgot I got an appointment. Serene says, Harold Crowder sending hearts, the love, thank you. And Serene says, they're cute. My condolences. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for chiming in. I'm going to do a short meditation. What happened? I'm going to go ahead and do a short meditation. Excuse me. I don't know why my allergies acting up. Is it dusty? I feel like it's kind of dusty in this area. And I don't want to turn the hair on. I really get sneezing. Let's put on some lip gloss, y'all. This lip gloss. I love this little lip gloss you get from the hair store. I buy a lot of them. That's the wrapper. I had taken it off. It's not all of it. But this is some lip gloss that I buy from the hair store. I love it. I was looking for my, I have something that I throw over my lap. I don't see it. So I have this little towel here. It says Elevated Living Today. I think I'm going to put it here. Y'all see it. I'm going to do like a short meditation. Right? I'm going to use that. This serves a purpose. Now my timer. Let me grab a timer. Should have one in my gym bag. I do. Here we go. So y'all, whenever I say all of that to say that take care of you unapologetically. Stop worrying so much about what people think and how they view you. Um, People are gonna have, people just gonna talk. That's what they do, especially with social media. I tell my daughter all the time, I'm like, people make a lot of money off of social media. And whether it's positive or negative, these days, I don't care if people start saying some horrible stuff about you, and especially if you are known or you're slightly known. But depending on what they're talking about, people are going to run to start Googling and looking you up, researching you, go to your pages. You're going to get views out of this world, whether it's positive or negative. It does not matter. That's just how people are. That's just how we are. I'm not going to exclude myself. You're going to look into it. Whether you're going to keep giving it attention is up to you. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. People are going to talk. It's whatever you give your attention to. Take care of you. Unapologetically, take care of you. If you need to take time out, because life be lifing sometimes. And depending on where you stand, depends on pretty much how you take care of yourself and what you can do to take care of yourself. You do what you can, and you do what you need to do to take care of you unapologetically. You don't really owe anyone an explanation, um, unless you stay off work for a long period of time and try to go back. Then they gonna want to know why you didn't come. So you're gonna have to give an explanation, okay? So hopefully you're at a place where you have occurred enough, what do you call it, PTO, a vacation time that you can take off the time that you need to take care of yourself. Take care of you. All right? So, don't owe anyone any explanation. Do the things you need to do to take care of you unapologetically. And meditation, a lot of people are not into meditation. I absolutely love meditation. And as much as I love my mom and as much as my mom loved me, I I don't know how, I've never heard my mom really talk in this manner in which I do meditation. But this is something that I have discovered that is great for me, that is very beneficial for me, and I do that unapologetically. I am going to take care of me, okay? And I hope you do the same for you. If you come into contact and you find something that is beneficial for you, I hope you do that. And if you come back to watch the replay, don't forget to give the live and give me a thumbs up, okay? All right, thank y'all for those who have actually come into the room and watched the live. It is greatly appreciated, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set this timer just for 15 minutes. We're not going to go long. 15 minutes of live, all right? All right, ready, set, go. Focusing on the breath. Taking deep breaths in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. Doing our meditation. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. making sure your forehead is softened, your jaws are unclenched, your shoulders are not too tense. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. healthy. I am healthy. I am whole. I am complete. I am strong. I am resilient. I am enough. I am valued. I am valuable. I am divinely protected. I am divinely active. I am divinely provided for. I may go a little bit longer season. May go down. May go on the leaf. May go of lies, untruths, and taking all of the good that I just taking all of the joy, peace, taking all the faith. I feel absolutely amazing. It feels really great being alive at this moment. Because you are my shepherd, I have everything that I need. You need to lie down. Open yes, beautiful, precious, creative, beautiful sound. Calm, still, peaceful. Restore my soul. And leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for your name's sake. the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, because I know you are with me. Your rod and your staff comforts me. And you prepare this beautiful table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anointed my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy follows me all the days of my life, and my heart's desire is fulfilled. I dwell in your presence forever, and it is so. The deepest movement of the soul that I could know. Mm. A few more minutes. Alrighty, coming out of. Gotta see my little towel. I forgot all about it. But anywho, yeah. Thank y'all for joining me. I don't know if anybody's made any other comments. Let's see. No, doesn't look so. But thank y'all for joining me for this time of meditation, which is always wonderful. I feel absolutely amazing. Um, I feel absolutely amazing. And y'all, I'll be doing meditation more often over here. I don't know if I'm going to do my inexpensive gift baskets for Mother's Day on here. I'm sure a lot of the basket makers have done plenty. But I always feel even more wonderful after I come out of meditation. I feel absolutely amazing. Y'all look at my hair. It's grown. But anyways, y'all, thank you for joining me. Remember to be good to yourself. To love, 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 love yourself. Okay? Because if you're not good to you, don't expect anybody else to be any better to you than you are to yourself. That's a fact. And remember to do what we just did. Take time out to be still, to get into the presence of the Divine Most High so that you can get those impartations and downloads that are specific and tailor-made just for you so that you can begin to experience even a more elevated living today. Today, 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 today. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It is beautiful. Today is Wednesday. It's hump day. Y'all have an amazing, amazing Wednesday. I know I will. Take care of you unapologetically. Do what you need to do to be happy, healthy, whole, and complete. Not just in front of people, but when you're off and alone by yourself, that you are happy, you are healthy, you are whole and complete when no one is watching. Okay? Okay, okay, okay. Bye, y'all. Peace and beautiful blessings.